Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So it has come to my attention that apparently Sentry is good for Abyss. And I feel filthy and disgusting making this video. Because I did quite a bit of testing in Abyss for fun over the weekend because Valorant's off-season is completely unplayable. And I did come up with a handful of plans basically. But I'm going to make a separate video on the plan that I have settled. But as it turns out, Sentry can basically do all the fights up until Collector, or just about. And in this video, we're going to be showcasing Sentry initially. Well, actually, no. We're going to showcase his ramp up later. Initially, I guess we're going to be showcasing him against Medusa. I think this is one of the first fights where he starts fully ramped up, because his ramp up is quite long. But yeah, he can do the Cosmic Champions too, because of his level 1. He has that debuff that stops the Unstoppables. He has Withers for some other matches later, and here we can see, so he has the halt debuff that he can infinitely refresh, and that means that yeah, he can do the cosmic fights basically as well, including Hyperion thanks to the Withers. And basically at this point I'm kind of ramped. I could already stop throwing special attacks and just go in medium, heavy. I will explain the way Sentry works in a bit, but I am going for the full ramp. That means I'm going to have to make another circle back to my heavies, but I do want to get my exhaustions on, just so I have the 30 debuffs and I do more damage. And there we go. He's stupid. He's stupidly good for this. And what is the ridiculous part that makes me so mad is that he does all the fights on the path, and he has very powerful regen on his level 3, especially if you manage to convert those with a level 1. So he can regen a ton, and he has that indestructible that saves you when you mess up and they hit you. So it's hard for me to see a better champion for this thing. Not even Aegon can do half the fights that he can do here. And this is just a rank 3 Sentry. It's not even super high sig. I think it's like 660 or something. And I wish I never tested him out. I wish I never ran him out, because I would have had so much more fun with like Captain Britain along the way, maybe Medusa and a few other things. I had worked out a different plan as well. This is a deviation from my original plan. And he's just too good. Because he can do the entire path basically itemless, because not only reviveless, also itemless, because when you do get hit, you just go to your level 3 and heal back to full. Well, level 3, level 1, but still. And he does this, and he's quite quick once he ramps up. It's stupid. I hate it. I hate that this stupid guy is stupid good for stupid quest. And there we go. This was like a full-on Abyss fight in 233 that he wasn't necessarily supposed to take. Right. Is this my first? Because I didn't mess up one of the ramp up fights yet. Okay. So let's start with the beginning. So the first ramp up fight's like 10 minutes, and then all the other fights are like 5 minutes or under, basically. And the way Sentry works is that in each of your phases, in your phase 1, for instance, you're applying exhaustions here. And as you do that, you're also earning your bulwarks. And you also earn your bulwarks by dexing and parrying. You want to get to 20 bulwarks and then drop a special attack, any special attack. That will shift you to the next phase. And then instead of the exhaustions, you'll start applying withers and with your mediums and lights. And then you basically want to do the same thing again, get to 20 bulwarks and throw your special attack. Later on, with your heavy attack, you'll be able to refresh all of these debuffs, so you can have all of them on at the same time, but he gains more abilities the more charge he has, basically. That refresh hasn't come into play yet. Now I am in the third phase, which is heavy attacks. So I earn bulwarks and put energy vulnerabilities on the thing with my heavy attacks, and earn bulwarks and like 2 bulwarks per hit of heavy. And again, you just want to kind of like cycle all through your 3 phases, and once you do that, you gain this reality warp charge, and you can get up to maximum 10. As we can see here, I'm back to like the initial one effectively. and we are applying the exhaustions. And the initial part of it is fairly boring. That's effectively what you do. Later on, it's important to know once you get more charges, you can have a passive stun after your first medium or light. So you can just go in, punish special attack, and charge your heavy attack. Your heavy attacks refresh all your debuffs, including the halt from level 1. And that means that you can have 10 withers, 10 exhaustions, and 10 energy vulnerabilities, and that halt on the opponent at all times, which is going to be super helpful for some of the fights later on. And yeah, effectively, this is the way we ramp up. Now I'm back to my heavy phase, and it's kind of boring. I'm not going to show you the entire ramp up process, but effectively, I have gotten to like 5 charges. At this point, I can refresh my debuffs as well, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. See, all of the 30 debuffs plus the halt are active, doing more damage. And this effectively takes about 10 minutes with the rank 3. So this is unboosted, there isn't single synergy or anything else helping me. And obviously he does trigger his protection now and then, but for the most part I don't really hit that hard with my hits, especially with the base hits, to worry about. And here I do make a slight mistake. I had 19 bulwarks when they converted instead of 20. Which is a little bit annoying, but it's fine. It's just me. I'll throw a level 1 to get past to that phase. And yeah, so at this point with 5 charges, I'm already doing a very considerable amount of damage here. And we can see that, yeah. I don't care for his unstoppable anymore either, because I have 100% uptime on my halt, so I don't pay attention to his charges. What I am simply trying to do is to, rotate as far as I can, make sure my debuffs don't fall off. And that is your first fight. He's perfectly fine in killing the thing. And we'll probably gain some more charges, but that's fine. Need to rotate in, but I don't think I'm going to make it till by the time he dies. So here I'm going to rotate to the next one, but I don't think it's going to count. But so with the rank 3, so the first fight, I'm basically going to be finishing at like 6 charges, I believe. Which is fine. So that's my first one. And the fight itself was like 9 minutes and 17 seconds. So then let's move on to the next fight, which is going to be Omega Red. And I'm going to carry on ramping up. At some point, I think I'm going to be trying to regen, but I'm going to fail a little bit. I'm going to regen some, but nothing too crazy. But already here we can see that I'm ramping up further. He's going down much faster. And then we're going to take a look at that Quake fight. So I do activate my level 3 here to get some regeneration in. But it was too late. But that's fine. We're going to regen back to full over the course of quest anyways without using any potions. So let's move on to the Quake fight. And again, he's going to be able to do just about all the fights. So this is going to be the Quake fight. And again, here at this point, I'm basically ramped up. So what I'm doing is I get my 10 withers on and 20 bulwarks. And once I have done that, slight mistake here. And once I have done that, I drop a special attack. Might as well get that halt, why not? And now I can start farming my heavies. Now that I threw a risky heavy, because I forget, with Sentry I always forget it's only first like medium and light that you can do the passive stun mid-combo, but that's fine. And that is fine. I think we're going to try and regen at some point here as well. And yeah, he can do the cosmics, he can do the techs, he can do all the random fights too. And here I am gonna try to get to my level 1 in time, but I think she's gonna evade at the most inopportune moment and it's not gonna convert. Yeah, here she evaded it and I could, and my special didn't connect and I couldn't convert those regens into passives. I would have regened a lot more. So I was kind of upset about that annoying evade. But we could see that indestructible kind of like perfectly saving me there as well. And yeah, so I figured fine. I don't need to regen to full in this fight, I suppose. We're just going to do the full circle here, get all the debuffs in order to do the maximum amount of damage. In some of the fights, it's really not even worth getting the last 10 debuffs. You just, as soon as you get to the heavy phase, just start spamming heavy attacks and you're going to be fine. But yeah, he can do the Mephisto as well, because he's Incinerate immune and he deals with the power gain Mephisto has. So here I am in the next phase. I have one more phase to cycle before I get to my heavy attacks, but in this phase I already do burst on my basics, so that's fine. And we're going to see that Quake is going to go down stupid fast. So I have 18, 19 charges, sweet. And now I have my heavy attacks. And I can just do this for the remainder of the fight. At this point, I have 10 charges, I have 30 debuffs on, and the fight is mine, basically. And there you go. And this is the rest of the fight. And that's also the stupid thing. He's like super easy to play. Once you kind of ramp him up, he's, you know, very, very easy to play. And you have all the fail safes. And you have it. I hate it. He's a... Oh, God. I can't believe I ranked... Well, first of all, I can't believe I ranked 3 Sentry for testing. Second of all, I can't believe that having, like, 7-star rank 5 Britain, a bunch of 7-star rank 4 champions, a bunch of 7-star rank 4 Ascended champions, I'm going to be using a rank 3 7-star Sentry for this. It's just dumb. But hey, I'm going in for a region, and we're going to have the passive regions this time around. Sweet. So that's fine. Oh yeah, so I could have finished this fight quicker too, but I did decide to go for the full regeneration. So I have a perfect yellow bar here. And we're about to get back to my heavy cycle. And there you go. So we have regen back to full as well. Okay, I'm going to fast forward here till then. Basically, I'm going to cycle back up to my heavy attacks. And then we're going to see. At this point, I'm just... Well, I'm getting smacked in the face. But besides that, you can see that those heavy attacks can do like up to 200k damage per heavy attack. If both of the hits crit, you do like 200k damage. Which again, I invite you to contemplate, is dumb. This is like the only time, I swear, this is the only time that Sentry is going to do anything in the next 10 years, so I suppose I can let him have his moment in Sun, but it still feels wrong. Just look at that. And here's going to be like the next stupid thing. So this is the Medusa fight, then we have Mephisto, which I'm not going to do a full ramp up, but basically... I'm not even doing a full ramp up in this fight, so I'm only working 20 debuffs. It's stupid. So, because I have Withers on, his power gain doesn't work, so I don't have to worry about that. He's Incinerate immune, so he doesn't do any damage to me. And there you go. That is like an Abyss fight being handled like a toddler. It's like, if I do make a mistake, again, I do have the Indestructible. I can regen. I'm actually, you know, at level 3, always ready to regen at this point. And it's not even hard to land those heavy attacks because I can just go in for a punish and into a heavy attack. What a dumb champion for this. They literally do the entire path, basically. Is dumb. Oh no, I got hit. Look at that. Good thing I'm indestructible. And that was like 2.5 minutes. And, you know, because he can circle with his level 1s in his rotations, he can do all the tech fights too. There's nothing stopping you from doing the tech fights because You don't need to worry about them gaining power because of the wither. So even when you lose your power, then their power bar doesn't move. And once you kind of set yourself up, you just spam heavy attacks anyway, so losing that power doesn't matter. So there you go. So he can do the tech fights. He can do Iron Man Infinity War too, because the same principle applies. I'm eating level 1s here on purpose because I'm willpower healing from that shock, but again, the base point is, even by the end, even that last phase that used to give us nightmares, because of the wither, it doesn't gain any power, and you can just spam your heavy attacks. How stupid is that? I mean, it's very stupid. There are like 2 fights he can't do along the way. There you go. That's a nasty Iron Man Infinity War. A stupid short fight too. So yeah, yay for Sentry, I guess. Stupid.
Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next